Short take. Pittsburgh's choice to back Aaron Rodgers over chasing Sam Darnold looks increasingly questionable, not because Rodgers was a bad idea on paper, but because the decision amplified two risks at once: age, health, and 1 year upside, while Seattle landed a hot, younger reclamation project who is flourishing. That's a matchup problem for Tomlin and co., and the fallout is now mostly about optics and opportunity cost. Quick recap. In the 2025 offseason, the Steelers chose Aaron Rodgers as their veteran answer at QB. Rodgers arrived with elite resume value, but obvious durability concerns at 41. The Seahawks signed Sam Darnold to a 3-year, $100.5 million deal. Through Week 11, Darnold is playing at an MVP caliber level. The user's numbers: 71.1% comp, 2,262 yards, 17 TDs, 6 INTs. Former OL Jeremiah Sirles and many pundits suggest teams that passed on Darnold now have buyer's remorse. The Seahawks' results validate that feeling. Pittsburgh is 5-4 and atop the AFC North. Seattle is 7-2 and a real contender. The question: did Tomlin and the Steelers make the best call? Why the criticism stings. 1. Opportunity cost. Darnold was younger, cheaper, relatively, and on a multi-year deal, the sort of asset that helps both now and later. Passing on him left Pittsburgh with an older bridge whose long-term upside is limited. 2. Durability gamble. Rodgers' upside is obvious, but so is the downside. A declined major injury would force Pittsburgh into a scramble at a time when continuity matters. The Rodgers pick concentrated short-term risk. 3. Narrative plus timing. When a team opts for a short-term veteran and a younger QB immediately explodes elsewhere, hindsight turns reasonable conservatism into missed chance. That's what fuels outrage. Why the move wasn't irrational. Rodgers is still a 4x MVP with the ability to elevate a roster instantly. If healthy and effective, he shortens the window to contention and can win now, which is often the goal for teams in win-while-we-can mode. There are legitimate reasons a front office might prefer a veteran: perceived locker room leadership, instant QB play, reduced acclimation time. Every team's timeline and risk tolerance differ. What to watch next? Real evaluation hinges on these. 1. Rodgers' bounce back. Does he stabilize and lead Pittsburgh to consistent wins? 1 or 2 bad games don't settle the narrative. Long-term perception flips if he plays at a high level across the stretch run. 2. Health. Can Rodgers stay healthy? Durability will decide whether the decision was short-term savvy or strategic malpractice. 3. Organizational response. If Rodgers falters, how quickly do the Steelers pivot, trade for help, develop an internal option, lean into draft assets? Tomlin and the front office will be judged by response, not just the initial call. Bottom line, this was a high-variance choice. Enormous upside if Rodgers is a difference maker, painful optics and opportunity cost if he isn't. Right now, the Darnold comparison magnifies the decision because Seattle's QB is outperforming expectations. That fuels outrage. Reasonable, because fans see a concrete alternate path that paid off. But the true verdict is not immediate. It depends on Rodgers' body of work the rest of the season and Pittsburgh's ability to manage the aftermath. If Rodgers delivers wins and keeps the Steelers competitive, Tomlin's call will look like bold pragmatism. If Rodgers falters and Pittsburgh wobbles while Darnold keeps thriving, the decision will be remembered as a missed chance. Either way, this is a classic NFL crossroads. Choose the veteran swing for now, or the younger swing for later, and live with the consequences.